Jim Shay. We meet again. Let's talk about the weaknesses or weak points in this Dynasty roster. We are doing another episode of Dynasty roster reviews. I don't know how long the sunglasses bit's going to last, but it may last. So let's take a look at the weak points in this roster. I don't think it's too hard to kind of hone in on some of those. Tight end, I would point to as sort of a, Dalton Schultz is not necessarily a disadvantage this year, but when you have the guys with Mark Andrews and Kyle Pitts, or, in Wes Lawrence's example, Kyle Pitts and Mark Andrews, you're at a pretty big disadvantage week to week, especially if you don't get those start-sits rates between Ingram and Schultz. So that could definitely cause some pain mid-season, especially if Ingram, ends up not being great in Jacksonville, or, Schultz gets an injury and then, maybe thinks of holding out because he didn't get the long-term deal. So, lots of stuff there. Could definitely make some improvements here. This is not the rookie class to necessarily get a tight end, but maybe if Trey McBride falls to 208, you can snag him. So think about something like that. Maybe a Jelani Woods at 304 or something like that, though. The problem is those are not guys you're really going to want to hold for multi-years. So maybe just sift through your waiver wire, see who's out there. There might be some good guys after the rookie draft. So keep it just be diligent here. Tight end's not the end of the world, but that's something I would definitely try to make my mark on. Wide receivers looking really good. I would like to see one more young wide receiver with upside added to this depth chart. I like Allen Robinson. We only have to start 2 wide receivers and 2 flexes. So we'll basically be starting these 4 every week, just about, barring, the handcuff situations here. So, if one of these guys gets hurt, or God forbid, 2 of them, that could cause some problems with start-sit stuff. And then you're kind of like relying more on running back than you'd want to be, at least with this running back depth chart. So while I love the first 3 guys here, and I do like Robinson as well, I think we could add one more nice piece here. That kind of goes into the next topic here, rookie picks. So Jim told me he traded that 104, and I understand it, and I think it was a good move to get Derrick Henry. However, it is not fun to have a rookie draft where you don't get a first-round rookie pick. I mean, I had a few this year. You had to do what you had to do to get Jamar Chase last year. So I had one where I didn't have a first-rounder. We make do with second and third round rookie picks, but, this team could really use a nice little infusion of a rookie wide receiver, maybe a Chris Olave or something like that. So, I think we're fine here. We're doing great. Again, we're nitpicking. I love the wide receivers here, but we're nitpicking. But maybe we can add at 208, maybe we can add a wide receiver. Love the starters. Just would like to see a little more depth. Once we get to 18 roster spots, I think you're at 17 right now. That's where, like, Daniel Jones, you can, like, say, all right, I have Mac Jones, I have Justin Herbert. I'm going to be starting Justin Herbert every week, unless it's a bye or a really horrific matchup. But even in that case, probably still starting him. So you have Mac Jones, who's locked in, really like his long-term value. Maybe let Daniel Jones out to pasture, and add another wide receiver here. So that's my thoughts there. And then running back, again, it's good. However, the pessimistic case for this is that Henry's not fully back. ETN, maybe doesn't have that full explosiveness a year back from the Liz Frank injury. Damian Harris has Ramondre Stevenson overcome him. Javonte Williams stays healthy. Cam Akers stays healthy. So, while I think playing the variance with these 5 running backs is absolutely going to work out this year, who's going to work out, and it might be trouble, at certain points in the year where all the variance isn't hitting together at the same time. So that's kind of what I want to talk about here. It's like these running backs should work. It's just going to be a lot of sweat equity from Jim here to make this, into this top 5 running back in the league type group. Are they going to finish top 5 in running back scoring if Etienne and Henry stay healthy? I do believe that's potentially league-winning combination. So I do like this. I think Damian Harris is a good RB3 for this year. The problem with Dynasty for here is starting next year pretty murky. Once Henderson gets to a different team, it's unclear if he's going to get the same appeal from the rest of the league as he did with the Rams when he'd been getting those 15 to 20 touches. Unclear that another team's going to give him that role. Melvin Gordon's getting up there in age. I love the guy, and he's proven to be long-lasting, but, he is getting up there in age. And then Damian Harris, who knows when he leaves New England what type of role he's going to find himself in. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. It's volatile, but I do think you can make it work. So that's what I'm looking at there. And I guess I can add in. Let's add this in live here. Future first of bad team. So there we go. That's what Jim told me. He said he got the future first of a team that is almost assuredly to fall apart in the next year. We love to see that. That is some great strategery from old Jim over here. So we're going to be rooting for that future first for him. Maybe he'll get Bijan or Keyshawn Boot or Jackson Smith-Njigba. Maybe he will, infuse this wide receiver depth chart with some high-end wide receivers in 2023. So I am really excited about 2023 in terms of the top guys. So that will be a nice draft to have a high-end rookie pick. So there we go. That's the full evaluation of the week points. Let's move on to the final grade.